How's everyone doing? Well, I will tell you right now before I even get going that you're going to hear a lot of noise in the background. I don't know if y'all remember. I actually don't think it happened on film, but I think I did talk to y'all about it. And that was while I was sitting in here, I heard this cracking noise, just and I was like, a tree's coming down. And I just looked at Velvet, and she looked around like this. So I thought it was back behind our house, and there's some woods back there. And I was just praying, Lord. I started standing up, and I thought, no, which way to run? Just be still. And I thought, grab her. And by that time, it was over. And it just was a thud. And so I thought, okay, it was a shorter tree, one of our big pines or something like that. So I pulled out of the driveway and went to run an errand later in the day. Did not even notice, y'all, it was our next door neighbor's front pear trees. The pear trees do not do well. They're a very delicate tree, and they split apart easily. Sort of like orchard trees. Remember, we have an apple tree out front, and the same thing happened. Because if you do not keep it trimmed way, 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 way down, it will, because the weight of the branches. They're a little bit stronger trees, but while that fruit, can do it. But for a pear tree, I'm not talking about actual pears. It's just the pear trees that are decorative. Y'all have seen them. They're almost every entrance. And they're always splitting. So that's what happened. But, it was half the tree split off into her driveway. I didn't even notice. I drove by, didn't even notice, because I was just mentally thinking it was back there. I didn't even notice as it pulled out. Of course, it's not like I always look at her house. I'm kind of looking for any cars coming. So, anyway. They are now, I guess y'all can hear that. They're sawing it up and taking it away. They've got a company that came in to do it for them, which I'm glad for that, because it's hard work, y'all. It's really hard work to do that. So we just in our, I don't know, physical shape or age or whatever, we could not help with the tree. That night, a couple of neighbors came with chainsaws because it fell over into their next door neighbor's driveway, so they did have to clear that. I couldn't help with that, and Lance was so, but ever since his cancer treatment, he has just not got a whole lot left when he gets home, because his job is, he's a paint contractor, so he has a few guys that work for him, and but he does actual physical manual labor during the day. When he gets home, he's beat, and he just couldn't. He felt so guilty, and I said, "Don't you feel bad?" And so I took over some dinner, some of his pot roast and coleslaw and stuff, and said, "Look, I can't help you take that down, but I can have dinner waiting when y'all all come in." And she started crying. I said, "Look how many neighbors care about y'all." So I think that helped. And see, little things like that. I'm not bragging. I'm just trying to encourage you. Little things like that really help people. So even if you just, if you say, "Well, Beth, I don't have pot roast," well, take over a pack of cookies, or pop some popcorn. That's not expensive, and just take that over in a little bowl and cover it over with some cellophane. And so I thought I'd bring you some popcorn. Any little thoughtful thing, like that. So anyway. Alright, so today I'm going to do another round of the Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl that my bestie got me for my birthday. And it's, I'm trying to do it at an angle so you can see the little rolls. But it does not smell like cinnamon. Normally they're so about the scent, like the chocolate palettes smell like chocolate, the peach one. I don't think the peach one actually smelled like peach. Maybe it cost some extra money. But I thought maybe this would smell like cinnamon, but it doesn't. But it's a great palette. It's got really fantastic colors, and this is just really, it's a basic palette in that it's got some browns, some tans, it's got mattes, it's got shimmers. It is a little on this side to the orange tones, like almost all their palettes are, it seems like, except their original one. And actually, I may be thinking of Urban Decay. Naked, yeah. The Naked 1, Naked 2, and Naked 3. Those were all more brown and taupey toned. And then I think 3 was more rose toned, because that was popular. Well, now what's popular is these tones right here. I don't know if it's Kardashians making it popular, but when you're pale like me and you have blue toned skin, that is not all that flattering. But if you do it right and you're wearing the right outfit, I still think you can use those colors. I tend to gravitate more to these, and I thought, I really should use some of these purples too. And you could, if you're careful, use it as a blush. So I did that yesterday, and I'll show you again how to do that. But I think today I may actually use some of these rust tones. So I was going to go ahead and do that, and then use a new mascara that I got from Beauty Counter that's supposed to make your lashes a billion times longer. So let's get to it. I've gone ahead and I put on my liner just to save time, and I do have just a base, kind of a peachy pink tote on my lid. So I'm really just going to go ahead and do my I'm going to do my crease, and I decided to go ahead and just use this color. This, actually I used that yesterday. Let's use See Me Rollin'. Okay, that's more of a, it's supposed to be more of like a brown caramel, but I still feel like it's going to have a lot. I mean, the palette is done in this color, this rust color. So I feel like you're going to have a lot of the colors that lean that way. So I do love it when a palette has its own mirror. I feel like that's a basic, and I don't care how cheap the palette is, it should have a mirror. Even drugstore, you should always have a mirror. So there is just a great example of how that kind of looks more to the orange side. But I gotta say, y'all, I would wear this color. This has got a brown undertone, almost a red undertone. And one of the things you can do if you do feel like you're like me and you have that blue tone skin is just, I'm staying very carefully in the crease since I've already got the lid done and I've got above it. And I'm going to just kind of dab that out there and there. Come in a little since I've already got my liner on. And maybe come down, go up just a little above the crease and kind of dust that out. Same thing right there, right under the brow. Just go ahead and go on up. And the reason that I do that is so that this area right here, that normally at our age starts, the skin lets go a little bit, so it bows out and it almost makes your eyes look swollen. And so it's better to put a darker color there than a lighter color so that it recedes a little more. Okay, and I'm going to put only a very tiny touch of a color, and I'm going to go with the purple. I know y'all just saw me lick that, but it's okay. I don't share makeup, and I don't share brushes. And I'm going to use the purple through my lashes. Right through them. Don't go under, go right through them. And that's just going to add a really pretty, you can just see the difference. It's just a pretty little stamp of color, and I am going to stamp it right at the front a little. Yeah, that'll pick up kind of pretty. Just sometimes you want to have some fun with your makeup. Right through the lashes. What that does is it fills in the spots in between. I'm also connecting it at the edge and then putting the color right at the front, right on top of the liner. That little purpley tone right on top of my liner right there. Both sides. It just picks up that color tone. Okay. This does have a bit of fallout, but then, you know, I feel like every palette has fallout. What do y'all think? Even Charlotte Tilbury, which is one of the creamiest, and it's expensive, and it's well milled, refined powder, but even it has fallout sometimes. Yeah. Y'all, I want to put on some lip gloss. I have on my YSL, I think it's called Pop Star or something. And I like it, but I just want to put a little bit more on and gloss on over my lipstick today. And so now I'm using, I think this is Sephora. No, it's Ulta Beauty Lip Plumping. And this one is called Utopia. It's got more of a blue tone. Again, that's my tone. Now just make sure I hit that Cupid's bow like this. Like that. See how it kind of, and then the lower part of the lip. It just gives a little bit of a pick-me-up. I feel like this is a really good look, but I do want to go ahead and dust it out. So let's just go ahead and dust that out and blend it out a little bit right on the edges, right where, so we don't have lines. Yep. I feel like that would look better. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to use this new mascara, so this may go into a second video. So if you don't want to, hold on one second. If you don't want to stay tuned for the mascara portion, you can go. But if you do, I do have a little fallout on my cheek, and I'll show you just a good Duo Fiber brush or a fan brush is good to flick off You don't ever want to rub it because that rubs it in and messes up your makeup job. So you just want to flick it off and you see a little bit of that. I am eyelash curling here. And I'm going to go ahead and fold it back towards the socket a little bit. And let's get that fall out. Get it off your nose bridge here and then also right under your eye. Let's see, it always falls on my nose. I don't know. Depends on your nose. You might have a flatter nose. I have a big nose, so it just catches everything. Okay, that one does not want to flick. I'm going to see if my nail can grab it without rubbing it in. Okay. Also, I made a terrible mistake today, and you can see the difference. I put my face makeup on. It was I think it was it the El Maquillage? No. It was the Stay Fit by, anyway, I'll let you know. But the mistake I made was I ran it under my eyes instead of concealer, and all that does is make it look super dry and cakey. Base makeup is too heavy for under your eyes, so it's just going to highlight the wrinkles. So that was a very bad move. I was lazy, I think. This coverage is okay. It's not great. It's okay. Yeah, I can still see spots. Should have used concealer. Anyway, okay. Let's do this mascara. Here it is. It's pretty. It looks more like a tube. And it's gold. And I'm going to make sure we got some on the wand real good. I'm going to twist it around and swirl around. Do not go in and out. That takes air down in there. It will dry your mascara out. And always make sure I give it a good quick pull so that it goes like that, and you get some of this that you can tip on the ends first. And then this will definitely go into the second video. And I'm just seeing, does it really make all the claims of being, wow, that does look longer, y'all. Just that one lash. Can you see that? Alright, and then we're going to do the lower lashes, but wiggle down.